Legends. Welcome to the Inglewood Legends YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. One love, and I'm out. Inglewood Legends.
Once they checked my paperwork one more time, they walked me out through the front door and told me good luck, don't come back.
Yeah, whatever.
Once I get to the house, my P.O. called.
Hello?
What?
What's up?
What?
Out of here. So I hung up the phone with her
True story.
and just sat around the house for the night and tried to get myself back acclimated to the free world.
Man.
Made a few phone calls to a few people I knew, like my shorty I was writing when I was in camp.
What's up, brother? What you want?
Then I tapped in with a couple of the homies. One of the homies caught me back up on a few situations and events
What's that,
that I had missed while I was in camp. He was telling me how after that Rodney King verdict, they kicked off a riot and a gang truce in Watts.
Is that right?
In some parts of LA.
Word.
I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, I heard about that.
Heard about
The day I was getting out. What about Inglewood though? The homie laughed and said, hell nah, it's still on in the city. I'm like, alright, for sure. I hung up right quick with the homie and kicked my feet back up. Now keep in mind, I was young back then, in my teens. So I ain't have no car yet, let alone a driver's license. Ate my first welcome home dinner, then hop back on the phone with my little shorty.
Hey, what's happening?
I had to make sure she be ready for the whatchamacallit. So I let her know the homie was gonna pull up, drop me off at her crib the next day.
Tomorrow.
Not gonna lie, I think we ended up falling asleep on the phone together, listening to each other breathe all night. Next day, the homie pulled up.
What's up?
We take a couple of fresh out pics, then he dropped me off at my little shorty crib. I tell the homie give me a couple of hours, then come back and swoop me up.
Real talk.
When the homie smashed off, I smashed shorty. Ate a little breakfast she cooked, drank a little Sunny Delight,
True story.
then called the homie and let him know I was done.
Come on, let's roll, cuz.
Me and the homie hit a few corners, then slid through the hood and caught up with a few other
Where the
homies.
homies at?
Once all the homies gathered up, we smashed off and caravan over there to the village to see what the homies on the 5 was up to.
Let's go to the village.
See, back then, you would slide through the set or slide through anybody's set and catch at least 20, 25, 30, sometimes more hanging out on any given day.
True story.
On this one particular day though,
This day.
after linking up with the homies from IVC, we might have been about 60, 70 deep. The Inglewood Legend Crips and the Inglewood Imperial Village Crips. And of course, the homie Mental Illness
Village and
was there. Can't ever forget Cuz, him in the ill mobile.
True story.
Remember a minute ago, I mentioned we was about 60, 70 deep.
Yeah, I remember.
The legends and the villages.
Uh-huh.
So everybody piled up in everybody's car. 4, 5, 6 deep in each car.
Let's roll.
We came up off Yukon Ave,
Yeah, right there.
bust that right turn on Imperial Highway, and headed east to the east side, where all the peace treaty and gang truce picnics and parties was jumping off.
On the set.
At this time, everything was mainly jumping off on the east side in Watts, either over there in the Imperial Courts, PJ Watts Hood, the Jordan Downs, the Grapes, or the Nickerson Gardens.
Real talk.
On our way to the east side, somehow we got word that it was a big Crip and Blood peace treaty picnic going on over there off El Segundo and Avalon at Magic Johnson Park.
Is that right?
If I'm not mistaken, I think that park might be over there by the Village Town Rules, Ujima Village, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
So as we was sliding up El Segundo Boulevard and came to Avalon Boulevard,
Skirt.
we started seeing nothing but a sea of blue and a sea of red everywhere. From Avalon to Central, it looked like a block party on El Segundo Boulevard.
Like a block party.
Seemed like in slow motion.
Slow motion.
We was riding past the park going east, trying to find somewhere to park. Eventually, everybody in our caravan found a cool parking spot.
Pull up the park.
We
right
all
here.
hopped out and huddled up. A few homies from the set and a couple of homies from IVC spoke
We
up.
all on one accord. Anybody tripping, we tripping.
We ended up parking somewhere close to Central Ave. So as we mob into the park where all the functions and festivities was jumping, I remember hitting niggas up, niggas hitting us up.
That legend live.
And I'm looking like, damn, this look crazy.
Crazy.
Blue everywhere,
Everywhere.
red everywhere.
Everywhere.
Blue Rags, Blue Pendletons, Blue Chuck Taylors, All Stars, Blue Fat Strings, Red Rags, Red Pendletons, Red Chuck Taylors, All Stars, Fat Red Strings. Now remember, I had just got out of juvie camp and had only been out for about 24 hours?
Something like that.
And in juvie camp, it was all the way up with the Don moves every chance I got.
Legend
So
Crip.
yeah, this was different. Nobody was set tripping on nobody though. Look around, you seen niggas with blue rags, cripped up. Niggas with red rags, flamed up.
Yep.
Holding civilized conversations with each other. Talking, drinking, laughing, hugging. Swear to God. You had to be there to understand what I mean when I say the feeling and joy of being there and seeing our black brothers and sisters getting along and loving on one another like that was priceless. Seeing it for myself with my own two eyes and actually there in the real time, in the flesh, like they say, you had to be there.
True story.
I remember looking around and looked up and peeped the Damu dude that could have been my homie Mad Ghost, identical twin. I had to look at him, then look back at the homie Ghost a couple of times just to make sure I wasn't tripping and to make sure my eyes wasn't playing tricks on me. Swear to God, I couldn't pinpoint no other differences between the homie Ghost and this Damu dude. Only difference I noticed was the fact that the homie Mad Ghost was a Crip and this Damu dude was a Damu.
True story.
Other than that, they were splitting images of each other. Identical twins. One Crip, one blood.
On the set.
A lot of the homies and a lot of homies from the village had broke off and started moving around and mingling in the crowd, hollering at different people and getting at the lets. And oh boy, was it a lot of them.
Whole lot.
Crip lets and Damu lets. You know, this was a time when you still had to watch your back, but you also kind of had a green light to holler at and mess with a female from the other side. I remember meeting a couple of Damu-lets that day.
Real talk.
Bad ones too.
Bad ones.
Finer than a mother. Fast forward just a bit. Yeah, okay. Right there. Now remember I told you we showed up about 60-something, 70-something deep.
Yeah, I remember.
Inglewood Legend Crips and the Inglewood Imperial Village Crips. At that time, we was pretty much moving on one accord. Not just on this day,
One accord.
but even prior to this day. We was already locked in the Inglewood Crip Alliance with the IVCs.
Inglewood Crip.
After about an hour or so, one of the homies walked over there where I was at and said, "Lil Bully and a few Inglewood families over there." I'm like, "Oh, is that right? Where at?" The homie said, "Over there where the homies at."
True story.
So we bounced over there to that circle to see what was up and to see what they was talking about.
What's happening?
The families might have been about 20-something deep or something like that.
Something like that.
I can't really remember, but they was fully outnumbered though. I also can't really remember the Inglewood families that was actually there.
Real talk.
Besides Lil Bully, Rashid, or whatever his name is.
Rest in peace.
Reason I remember him is because he was the one doing the politicking and all the talking for the IFs that day.
True story.
Him and another one of his homies, a tall, brown-skinned, skinny dude. Stay tuned for the last installment, part 3. In part 3, I'm going to get into what happened when we pushed up and was face-to-face with Lil Bully and the Inglewood families during the 1992 peace treaty and gang truce at Magic Johnson Park. You're not going to want to miss this one, part 3. Stay tuned and stay blessed. One love. And I'm out. Gone. Inglewood Legends. Inglewood Legends. Inglewood Legends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. One love. And I'm out.